I have been making this recipe on repeat for more than 10 years, and still every time I make it, somebody asks me for the recipe. And that's because I have a secret trick to making a rich, creamy soup without any dairy at all. We're going to start with 7 cups of potatoes. I love to use a chopper like this for my soup because it makes all the potatoes the same size. I use the same chopper for my onions. I just use a smaller blade so I get tiny pieces. If you chop all of your things up on a Sunday like I do, then that's about a cup of chopped onions. I'm going to stir that together and put it on the stove. You can see I have just enough water to cover the tops of my potatoes. That's important because if you have too much water, your soup is going to be too soupy. I like to season my potatoes while they cook, so I'm adding a 1/4 cup of chicken style seasoning broth and also a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast flakes. That ensures our potatoes get lots of good flavor. While those are cooking, let's get everything else we need into the blender. Let's start with a 1/2 cup of cashews. Now that's not my secret ingredient. It's coming. Also some onion powder. And I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of my corn into here as well. Or 1/2 can, I should say. The rest of the corn will go into the soup later. I don't want it to get all blended up. But that is one of my secret ingredients. You can use frozen corn if you like. I find frozen corn to be a little bit chewy in this soup, so I do go with the canned, but you just don't add as much salt to the soup when you're using the canned corn. So while we're waiting on the potatoes to cook, which happens to be our second secret ingredient, the secret ingredient to a great YouTube channel is subscribers. So if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps out the channel and you won't miss any great recipes. In case we haven't met before, I'm Stephanie and I love to help people make the transition to a plant-based diet so much easier than mine was. So let's check on the potatoes. Our potatoes are soft and now we are going to take a scoop of those and put them into our blender. Take a whole cup of potatoes and add that to your blender. And some extra juice. And that's a secret. Let's blend it up. You're going to want to blend that for just a couple of minutes so it's super smooth. You don't want any chunks of cashews in there. And look at that creamy, delicious, golden soup. I'm going to add that to our pan. Isn't that fantastic? It's those potatoes, especially the white ones and the red ones that are a little waxy, that make it super, super creamy. That's fantastic. Let's add in our corn. I'm adding in 2.5 cans. I had 1 can in my blender. That gave it a nice creamy yellowy flavor. Also add a little bit of sweetness. That looks fabulous. One more ingredient, well, 2 more ingredients. I'm going to add in some basil. I don't like to put the basil into the blender because it can turn my soup not such a pretty color. So this just gives the beautiful little flecks of herby seasoning. And then we just want a smidge of salt. You can taste it and salt it to your needs, but I know that my husband will always add a little bit of extra salt to his. And there's our soup. It looks delicious. I want to try this with my no-knead everything bagel bread. It sounds like it'd make a delicious meal. If you've not seen that video yet, we'll put a link in the description box below so you can check it out. And let's taste it. This soup recipe comes out perfect every time. Rich, creamy, hearty. If you're interested in my cookbook, I'll put a link in the description box below. Otherwise, check out this video right here. So good.